right, absolutely.
And now
Mr. Kaul, I'd bring my viewers' attention to the number that you just mentioned. 13 people so far in the near future have had to lose their lives because of these targeted killings that we actually bring our viewers' attention to. There is another attack, another person has lost his life. However, they also have been ample meetings with the Jammu and Kashmir administration, of the Kashmiri Pandits, of the minorities trying to seek a safe haven. What are you expecting from the administration? What is the next step that actually should be taken into consideration so that these killings really are stopped urgently?
You see, we have said to the government earlier also that wherever Kashmiri Hindus are living, they should have a kind of a security zone. They should have a place, secure place where they will live peacefully in the valley. And even they have to create a mechanism where even the PM package employees, when they go to duty, that they feel safe. Because they were teachers were killed in their school, and one Rahul Bhatt was killed in DC's office. So it is very, very tragic. Government has to come with new plan for Kashmiri Hindus, for minorities, and for all those government employees who work for Kashmir, that they will feel
Oh, absolutely.
safe.
A very important point that Mr. Kaul there is making, that even a person who is working with the security agencies is not really safe there in the valley. And we've had ample unfortunate examples, whether it is Rahul Bhatt, whether it is various constables that I've named on the broadcast who have happened to lose their lives, or even a teacher like Rajni Bala who had to lose her life because of these targeted attacks. We've also had like a reaction by the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Manoj Sinha. He's tweeted, and let me quote him here. He said, "Pain beyond words, terrorists responsible for barbaric act will not be spared." So we are having a reaction by Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on the targeted killings once again. And my colleague Tejinder is also joining me on the phone line. Tejinder, a word there by the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. However, we also need action. This is what is the common sentiment. I was just talking to Mr. Kaul on the broadcast, and this is something that he's reiterating.
You see, the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, has condemned this terror attack on the Kashmiri Pandit community, and he has given strict instructions to the law enforcing agencies to identify these terrorists who carried out this attack on innocent civilians, innocent members of the minority community. And he has said that these people, these terrorists who are responsible for this barbaric act, will not be spared. You see, the Manoj Sinha administration has already given a free hand to the security agencies to ensure that the terrorists who are responsible for carrying out these type of attacks on minority communities, they are identified, they are eliminated. A free hand has already been given to the security agencies to ensure that the entire ecosystem of terrorism is eradicated from the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And we know that Manoj Sinha himself has personally been monitoring all the security developments. We know that this terror attack which did take place in Shopian today, wherein two Kashmiri Pandits, they were shot. One of them has, however, succumbed to his injuries, whereas his brother is being treated at the hospital. So the entire administration of Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha is working really hard to ensure that the perpetrators of these type of terror attacks, they are identified and they are given the strictest possible punishment for their terror crimes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Tejinder, thank you so much for joining us. In fact, also joining me on the broadcast is Mr. SP Vaid, who's a former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Vaid, you heard what the Lieutenant Governor has to say. Now, he is ensuring action so that this entire, plaguing of the terrorists of the valley is really eradicated. And this is something that the administration and the LG are closely working towards. However, do you think detractors will call it just lip service, because ample action that really needs to be done on ground on a war footing isn't really happening, and that's why these spate of killings continue?
Yes, though the LG's administration and security forces are working very hard to neutralize and counter all these attacks. And many, if you recall, Rahul Bhatt's killer Rajiniwala's killer. Many of them have been neutralized, and in fact, that is one aspect of it. But see, this covert war, this targeted killing, which has been unleashed on Kashmir in last about 8-9 months after the ISI chief held a meeting in Muzaffarabad, is with the sole purpose that the perpetrators are not identified, and as long as radicalized youth are available freely in Kashmir and small weapons are available, finding soft targets would not be difficult. You have laborers all across the valley. You have Kashmiri Pandits spread all over remote areas of Kashmir, and finding anybody in a weaker moment and targeting him would not be difficult. So those certain steps have been taken to demolish ecosystem which supports this. But I think still a lot of work needs to be done, by which we are able to completely take upper hand and ensure that these soft targets are not that easily available to the terrorists to kill them or to target